Hi, Sarah and Kelly here with MomTrainer.com, and here's your 2020 holiday workout. So we're just gonna start off with a super simple step touch, just getting your heart rate up. Inhale, reach your arms up. You can think about all the goals that you set last year, which we can just flash forward again to 2021. So go ahead and reach your arms nice and wide. Get a little bit lower in the hips as you warm up your shoulders and your back. And we're doing about 30 seconds of each. If you want to take this modification, go for it. But 30 seconds here. Then we're going to take your arms nice and wide, reach your fingertips out, and you're going to exhale and twist to one side for your windmill. So inhale, come up, and then exhale, twist. Let it go. Inhale, reach. Again, 30 seconds. Take these nice and slow. This should feel like a nice, gentle, easy warm-up. From there, you're going to go into a squat kickback. So toe heel your feet in. You're going to take your hands in by your chest. You're going to inhale slightly, tilt your pelvis back as you come to a squat. And then exhale, slightly tuck your pelvis under, kick your heel back behind you. So we inhale down, exhale, kick. Really stretching and warming up through the chest and the legs and using that breath to fire up your core. So 30 seconds here. Then you're going to come to the back of your mat. Reach your arms up. Exhale, walk out to a plank hold, keeping the shoulders stacked right on top of the wrist. Bend your knees as you come back. And you can either stay here or add a little jump at the top. You can also come down to a quad head position and take a little cat-cow. That feels better for your back here. So again, 30 seconds. If you want to be fancy and you're feeling good today, add a little mountain climber. Okay, so we're going to start off with squats. Grab anything heavy you have around your house, your permanently attached toddler, a dumbbell, or a water jug. We're going to start off with squat kickback. So make sure your elbows stay in towards your sides. You're going to inhale as you come down for the squat, just like you did in the warm-up, and then kick your leg out to the side. So inhale, lower down, exhale as you kick. So I want you to work kind of coming from that heel. So imagine kicking your heel out directly to the side. So that way you're feeling it more in your hip. If you're feeling fancy, you can add a little 1-2 pulse at the bottom. You can also add a little heel click as well if you want a little bit more cardio. 30 seconds of these. All right, grab your hidden stash of wine. You're either going to stack your feet directly underneath your hips here, add a soft bend in your knee, or you can come up to one leg. You're going to take a lateral raise, inhaling as you come down, exhale, zipping the waist, raising those wine bottles up. Option 1 here, stay here. Option 2, pour them out at the top for a little extra rotation and work in your shoulder. Feel free to switch legs halfway through. Right. So we're going to come into a speed skater. So you're going to step one foot side to side for a little curtsy, or you can add a hop. And just imagine we are Lysol in the groceries just like we did back in March. 30 seconds here. You can also skip using the bottles and grab some light weights as well. Goal here is to get your heart rate up. You can go as low or as fast as you want. Just get your heart rate up. Make sure you're breathing. So up next, go ahead and grab a decorative pillow, or you can grab a yoga ball or block. We're going to go into a reverse crunch on your back. So option 1, you're just going to take your pillow. This is your prenatal option. If it doesn't feel good being on your back yet, you can just squeeze your pillow here, working your inner thighs. And I want you to exhale, scoop the waist as you squeeze. That's your prenatal version. Number 2, if you are newly postpartum, you can take your hands underneath your hips for a little support and then keep that squeeze here. Or if it feels comfortable, you can take your knees and float them right over your hips. Option 3, you're going to lower your pillow down halfway and exhale, scoop the waist. So inhale, start from the pelvic floor and then scoop it all the way up to your sternum. Option number 2, you can take your hands behind your head. And then crazy option number 4 or 5, I kind of forget which one we're on. You can take it to that double crunch. So inhale, lower down, exhale, zip, and then bring it back in here. Take a water break. You have 2 to 3 rounds of these. Grab your 4 p.m. juice. We're going to go into reverse lunges. So start off by stacking your feet underneath your hips. You're going to inhale, step one leg back, and either just stay here and rotate, or you're going to lunge down and then rotate over, and then bring your feet back together and reverse sides. So inhale, lower, exhale, twist, pushing into your heel as you come up. Feel free to take that leg back as low as you want. If it feels good, you can add a hop or a little double pulse here. Just go for 30 seconds to work your legs and your waist. If you have any leftover single ply left, these are great for tricep kickbacks. Start off either with your legs together, slight pelvic tuck here to engage your core. We're gonna press back into a tricep lift. You can also take it to a stagger stance if that's too much pressure on your back, but we're engaging the back of the shoulders here. So instead of taking the arms low, you want them nice and high so that way we're engaging that whole tricep and the top of your shoulder. So we have about 15 of these, then you're gonna pulse in, try to go higher with each lift. So really squeezing the backs of the arms. Then we're gonna get your heart rate up one more time. So if burpees are not gonna work for you, you're gonna march in place for these instead. Or arms come up, hands come down to the floor, making sure that you're spread nice and wide through your fingers. Exhale as you hop your feet back and take them back in, and either add a little jumping jack or a knee tuck or a run. You can add a plank jack. Just move, get your heart rate up for 30 seconds. Then once more, you can either take a light or heavy weight. We're gonna take it to a side bend. So I want you to line up your heels, step one foot out, take your opposite hand behind your head. Inhale, lower down about to your knee or to your shin. Exhale into your obliques as you come up. So inhale as you lower, exhale, fire up that transverse and your obliques. You have about 15 or 20 seconds on each side. So same thing, line up the heels first, turning your opposite foot out, and then inhale as you lower down, exhale as you come up. A couple things to think about here. Make sure that your hips stay in line on top of that stabilizing leg, and keep this knee nice and soft so that way we're not locking the joint and popping the hips out. It is all obliques and a little bit of your low back as well. Up next, we're gonna work your glutes one more time. So prenatal option is here. You can also do this standing if it feels uncomfortable to be in the quadruped position, but you're gonna take it down to all fours. You're gonna bring your stabilizing knee in a little bit. You're gonna extend your leg out. I want you to point your toe, squeeze your butt, and draw it all the way over your mat. So inhale, exhale, try to get your foot up nice and high. It's really easy to cheat and kind of sink into the hips here. The more stable we are, the more you're gonna work your glutes and not your obliques. On your belly for this one, and then stack one palm on top of the other. Your knees are gonna come nice and wide, toes or heels together, whichever feels more comfortable, into a frogger. So they look like these. You're gonna inhale, exhale, fire up your belly, so drawing your navel up towards your sternum, then lift your heels an inch. If this is your first time doing this exercise, it's gonna feel a little weird. Just go with it, it's small. You only need to get your heels about an inch off the floor, and just make sure you're taking all the tension out of your neck and your shoulders, and it's all right here. Next, we're gonna work your back and your shoulders. So prenatal option, you can come to a kneeling or seated position. You're gonna take your toilet paper rolls or an exercise band, and I want you to relax your shoulders, bring them down, and then squeeze your arms apart. So working right in that bra strap line. Slightly tuck your pelvis under if it feels more comfortable. And try not to do this. Stay nice and stable, ribs stacked directly over your hips. Exhale to work your back and your shoulders. Otherwise, you're gonna be here laying on your mat, reach your arms forward, and then look about 3 feet ahead or to your fingertips here. We're gonna inhale through your nose, and then exhale, draw your elbows in towards your chest. Option number 1. Option number 2, you can lift your heels up as well. If you start to notice this going into your low back, I want you to exhale a little bit louder, so that way we're engaging your TVA and those deeper core muscles to protect your low back. Or you can also skip the leg part as well, and making sure that we're using our upper back and our shoulders and not just relying on our glutes and our low back. One more time, you're gonna make your way up towards standing, and we have side to side hops. So the goal here is just to travel. So option number 1, stay low in your hips. Option number 2, you're just gonna hop side to side. So exhale, Stay as high or as low as you like. You can also take your feet together, use your arms for that full side hop. 30 seconds, grab a little water. You have one core exercise left. We're gonna do heel sides next. So if you are pregnant, I want you to stay here in the quad ped position on your hands and your knees. You're gonna inhale, slide one leg out, and then exhale, scoop it in. So inhale, release, draw your pelvic floor down. Exhale, lift all the way up towards your sternum. Otherwise, you're here on your back. You can either alternate sliding your legs out or take them together. So a couple things here. We want to inhale, slightly tip your pelvis forward, and then exhale, engaging those pelvic floor muscles, and big exhale, bringing the sides of the ribs together. Inhale, slide out, release, and then exhale, zip everything in, slight pelvic tuck at the top. Advanced version here, you can tuck it up into a bridge. So inhale, release, slide out, exhale in, tuck up to a bridge. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this workout. Have a wonderful and better 2021.